Oh.
There you go.
Oh, damn, we're live.
So
Well,
we
not
went.
really.
We went. You and this. We're live. Not really. Every fucking
I know, every time, and we're never live.
So
say we're not live. Like
Where did you guys go? Which
Mundy
hike?
Park.
Mundy Park. Okay, yeah.
It's actually surprisingly large.
It is really
Every
big.
time I go there, I'm like, damn, I'm lost. Mundy Park.
I haven't been myself, but I see it on the map. It looks really big.
Yeah, it has a huge.
Looks
mass.
huge.
dude, she's like she was tripping so hard because being a guy who smokes a lot of weed, I could tell when people are like tripping or not.
Right.
So she was tripping so hard that she was like, "Yo," she was trying to say, "We're going through deja vu, like we've already been here." She's like, "We're doing a double." I'm like,
Guys,
"Yo,"
we're in double land.
I'm like, "Yo, what do you mean double?"
Who
Like,
speaks like this?
where are we? Tim Hortons? Like we went to the drive-through. Because that's happened multiple times.
Like once, bro.
What, dude? I can count 4 times
Like
my high mind.
once a year.
Yo, listen, if my mind is crisp, I could probably count 12.
Once a year, man.
Just like every culture, like you know how like my culture has different year counts.
Yeah,
like Chinese calendar.
Yeah. Yep.
Every cultural calendar. Hector forgets to record.
Fuck.
Ancient Mayan calendar. I got done.
Fucking Incan calendar over here. Oh, I was going for.
Is that it?
That's third round.
Is this 5 round?
Of course.
But they're not
It's the
fighting for a belt.
It doesn't matter. It's main event.
Well, Dana White with these
Stupid.
WWE rules. Fuck out of here.
If you guys,
What are they gonna start doing? Jumping off the tie like a high rope?
you guys fight 5 rounds if I want to. If I tell you to. Fuck off.
This is straight slavery, huh? A little bit.
It is, man, because these guys don't make dick.
Hey, what do you think these guys make? Like,
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest.
Actually,
Yeah, that'd be a good
question.
question.
Yeah.
It depends on the fight, right?
Sure.
If they
Okay,
really-
let me give you an example. The guys before, Dos Anjos and the other guy, Mike Khan.
Yeah.
We watched the old guy and you said he
Yeah,
looks like a
yeah.
caveman. You trust his
Yeah.
forehead. That guy, what do you think he made this fight?
Considering how badly he got beaten, maybe
He
made
won.
more. Oh.
He won. You have no idea who we're talking about.
Okay, but yeah, let's
Okay,
assume
okay,
he
wait.
lost. Okay, yeah, sure.
40,000.
40,000?
Actually, it's not too far off.
I mean, you're under, but yeah. Like
No, that's
pretty close.
that's pretty close actually. That's like 50. That's make 50 if they lose.
No, Mike Khan probably makes like 80, bro.
Bet.
Bet? Put it in while it counts. This is not sunny shit. I'm not going to fall asleep.
I'll do we'll do 10.
Do 10.
All right.
Fine, bet. So what's the bet though? Don't stop shaking my hand until you say the bet.
You said 80. I said closer to that. I said 50.
You said 50?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
So whoever's closer wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
What
do
if
it.
it's
Yeah.
right in the middle?
Yeah.
What if I'm under though?
What do you mean? You're
What if you're over? Whoever
it's
is
just a
closer
difference.
to?
Yeah. Closer
Okay,
to,
fine.
yeah, over under.
But what if it's like 25.5, like right there? You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Like if it's if it's middle,
Yeah, then
doesn't
nobody
cancel.
wins.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Cancel out. 2 wrongs makes no rights.
only 4 wrongs. Oh damn.
Yo, call Masvidal. Tell him to hurry up, bro.
Jesus, seriously. I'm trying to start a podcast here.
What would you do in this situation, Larissa?
If I was Masvidal?
Or anybody? Pick a guy and tell me what you do.
Oh, it does seem like that's a hard slip to get out of. Oh, but he did. Yeah, I think I would just like lean back and twist a lot and
Just do a bunch of rolls.
slide, tickle.
Tickles. Hit him with the tickles. Sounds like Ferguson, man.
One time I
Rolls.
asked my sister, I was like, yo, what would you do in this situation? She was like, I'll call the cops. This is abuse. Like, I didn't come to this country to get hit. I'm like, yo, what do you mean, man?
That's actually pretty funny.
Oh, Masvidal, you're out, bro.
Speaking of
Yo,
getting
rest in
abused,
peace. Hesto Tristo, go home.
Speak of rest fucking abuse over here, man.
Yo, this is racism, man.
Covington's
How are they
just-
gonna let them beat this little Spanish boy like this? This is not
Letting
fair.
a white guy beat on a Spanish man.
This is not fair, man.
It's fucked up.
I didn't come to this country to see this. Wow, you got him, bitch. You got him. Let's go, Masvidal. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Damn.
Come on, bro. Do it before. Do it before.
Dude. I mean, I didn't bet, so fuck it. But
Yo, but I'm still happy for
I'd
this
say,
guy.
Yeah.
Comes into the white man's country, beats the white man.
Beats the conquistador.
us minorities have to stick together.
I was actually at a music festival where this Indian guy tried to tell my friend and me that us minorities got to stick together.
Is that
And I
what
was
that's
like-
pickup line?
No, and he just kind of like was appalled that there was only like 3 minorities there.
Oh,
And then I was there, and I brought my friend who's Indian, and like I think the 3 of us and that guy, and I just to piss him off, I called him Aziz.
Aziz Ansari,
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'd say he's like a less funny Aziz, but he was so annoying the whole time. He'd just be like, and then he told my friend, he was like, I doubt she's a software engineer. She doesn't seem like the type. I was like, excuse me, you're judging me now. The fuck? I'm just gonna be as rude and racist as possible to you from now on. And I just kept on calling him that, and he was so pissed. I loved it. And then some other people said he was a jerk, so then I felt like made the right call there, because sometimes you're a jerk to people, and then afterwards you find out that they're nice people, and you're like, that wasn't worth the joke.
That's literally me and Hector's relationship.
all the time.
Me and I think at a certain point I wanted to like fuck you up pretty bad. Like I wanted to just knock you out at one point. Like multiple times we had like our blow ups, but dude, this is like the most unlikely friendship.
Yeah, it is.
It
If you
is
ask people,
from
like-
our group of friends.
If you ask people like 7 years ago, like, yo, these guys are never getting along. And then
Never.
Here we are.
Never.
What was your big friendship moment? Like,
This podcast. Actually.
This podcast,
Yeah.
literally this
Yeah,
podcast. We're like,
starting this.
because I had a dream like Martin Luther King, and I needed a stable like fucking co-host to like come with me and like know and like somebody that knows. You know what I
you had a
mean?
dream like you were sleeping, and you actually dreamt of this. You dreamt of you.
That's right. In my dream, I just saw a mustache and I was like, Hector, Hector!
Oh, he saw a floating mustache in his dream,
Papa.
and then he knew.
Ooh, ooh.
Going for the same strap. Oh,
Damn, bro. What is this?
Yeah,
What is this side judo garbage? What are you guys doing?
Side judo.
Charlie horse?
Like
A knee to
actually,
Charlie
you know what
horse?
hurts? Yeah, well, in soccer.
Yeah.
But you know what hurt? I actually heard recently pretty bad in jiu-jitsu was like it almost like a leg slicer.
What happened?
Like let's say they break my guard.
Yeah.
And then they put their shin over my leg
Yeah.
to clamp it down. That hurt pretty bad. There's like one time I got like pretty hard pressed down.
Like shin to shin?
No, shin to like here.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, that's like a fucking leg
Yeah, you're
slicer,
fucked.
man.
Especially if they're putting your
That
weight
hurts a
on it.
lot,
Yeah.
man. Holy fuck.
Just wait until they put their fucking knee on your arms,
Jesus.
dude. Eat a bag of dicks.
Oh my god.
Suffer.
We were actually
more.
we were practicing we were drilling a transition for like a triangle or something, and at one point our
I thought
instructor
you were gonna say the other kind of trans.
the instructor was like, oh, by the way, for like the higher belts, what you could do is you could actually like arm slicer here, and then naturally the transition actually led to that anyways, and I was like, holy fuck, this is crazy. Can't imagine this going for real.
Look at his leg, bro.
Oh yeah.
Look, Covington's leg right there. That's gonna be purple, son.
Oh yeah. It's been like Faber.
There's a video I have when I was like doing some bouncing back in the day
Mhm.
of this kid turning 20 years old, and he asked me to give him birthday beats, and I was like, bro, I can't, man. Like, you know what I mean, like, I'm gonna give you birthday beats, get an assault charge. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't run it to any more countries. Like, you know, so like, I'm like, I'll give you one kick, but you could videotape it for your birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just give him one
Oh, I
side
think I
kick.
saw this. Yeah.
Dude, this kid came back a week later. He was on crutches, bro. He's like, yeah, I ruptured like
Jesus, dude.
MCL or some shit. I'm like, my condolences, bro. I told you, rest in peace, Masvidal. You had a good career. It's time to retire, son. Go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and
Let's just
you
do two more
got-
rounds. Let's do 2 more rounds. Fuck
yeah,
it.
okay, sure,
Let's just
buddy.
do 2 more rounds.
Yeah, you just lost, Masvidal. Why are you trying to act all tough now,
He wants another round.
bro? Another round of what?
Yeah,
Getting
I
your
know.
ass blown.
Same thing all over again.
See, this shit doesn't happen in prison because nobody watching you, right? If you get your ass kicked in prison, right, you don't get up and be like, yo, man, come on, what's up? The guy would just knock you out one more time. You know what I mean? There's none of this bullshit. You'll hold me back while I talk shit real quick. Get the fuck out of here. Okay,
Let's
bro.
just go again.
That last fight wasn't as exciting as one of the earlier fights. It's just significantly less action.
There was what was that bloody ass fight we were watching? That was Moicano.
Barbosa.
No, Moicano.
Oh, well, the Barbosa was before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the bloody one or like the other one?
The one that I think one of the bloody ones.
Yeah.
The earlier bloody one. It just had a lot of like movement and You couldn't tell.
A lot
who
of
was about to win.
transitions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was Dos Anjos Moicano then.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good
That
fight.
wrestling style, like right what you just saw, is so boring, but
Yeah,
it's
it's really
super
boring.
effective. It's super effective, but it's just disgusting. You're just like nose deep into
Yeah,
armpits
they're
all
just
day.
like writhing around. You're like, well, okay, what's
25 minutes of just smelling this guy's fucking gooch.
It's
You
gross.
basically find out like his last name, how many kids he's got.
Ugh. I was gonna ask you, Larissa, she said you're a software engineer.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Well, my title is front end engineer at my job.
Damn.
Yeah.
Front end, not the back end.
Not the back end.
I
man.
know zero about this, so I just
It's
say
2022, man. Guys are doing back end now.
I just say words. I don't even know what they mean. But I've heard of front end, back end, all that stuff. I'm assuming it's
But you know,
totally
the
different.
front end does back end too, so I could just say, ask for the full stack, but I don't really want to because there's a focus of front end.
Is that what full stack means?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
front
Oh
end
my!
and back
I
end
literally
together.
just learned that today.
That is a full stack developer. So back end is like database stuff, and front end is like everything else, like all the user interactivity. Front end is actually a lot of fucking work, but the consequences are worse if you screw up back end. Then
Right.
It's like data and information. So it's like I'd rather not do that and have that responsibility. But sometimes you're the only developer on a project and you got to do the back end too. So that's what I say. I'm a front end heavy, fat back full stack developer.
It's a fucking mouthful, but I get it. It makes sense. There's a lot involved. That's really cool. I wonder what our boy Emil is. He back?
Emil's full stack.
Is he full? Full stack. Okay.
Guys that like generally like the more experienced you are, you're just full stack.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you're not like you're like a supervisor almost. You're kind of like
Mhm.
looking at these
Right.
people and then looking at that and then kind of at that and.
Yeah,
But it's a
no-
lot of responsibility. Like Emil's like manager would be like that guy where he looks at the front, looks at the back, and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's a lot, man. Every day you're like fucking worried about projects and shit.
Believe that.
Savage. Going back to cocaine.
Okay, sure. From software to
Really?
cocaine.
Right now, going back to cocaine.
Yeah,
Oh.
just real quick
Too
to
soon.
cocaine. Did you guys feel like because there's always this thing where you feel like you're never gonna die. Did you guys feel that?
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
no man. I have not that experience in cocaine.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah?
I just feel that like all the time. Like I'm never gonna die.
Even
Damn.
without the blow.
What the fuck?
Even
Yeah, I
without
was
the
gonna
blow.
say.
Without
What the
the
fuck are you?
blood.
What are you on? Damn.
I just
Get me on some of
I
that.
just feel really like healthy. Like despite the fact that I don't sleep and eat like enough for
Something
a regular
seems
person.
fucked up. Something wrong here.
Something wrong. Indeed.
Not with my mic, just like with what you're saying. That's crazy. So don't eat, don't sleep, don't do nothing.
But how
Feel-
much do you
feel
sleep?
great.
Like in combination of
Like in combination.
like every day, like what in a
Every
day? How
day
much?
I probably make around 7 hours of sleep, but I feel like that's not enough. I
Okay,
feel
fair.
personally
Oh,
Fair.
okay. Because
that
I'm
I-
like,
Fair.
I know that's enough for
That's
the
a lot.
average, but I just know myself I need a lot of sleep.
Okay.
Like, ideally,
It's
you know,
all
if
relative.
It's 9 or
It
10
is.
hours, and I'm just like,
It's relative. My mom's a savage. She's like 64. She runs on like 5.5 hours of sleep and wakes up like a cokehead, just fucking full of energy.
yeah.
But like me, man, like I need like I've ran on 6 for the past 5 months.
Mm.
It's not great, man. I'm not crisp. I'm not crisp like I used to be.
Start to notice it.
When you hit like 8 consecutively, like every day for like 2 months,
Mm.
you
Okay.
one day you just wake up, you're like, dude, like
I feel
I could do like a James Bond movie right now
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
be
yeah.
okay. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I
yeah,
could do
yeah.
some stunts right now.
But the quality of sleep matters too. Like
That's
if
true.
you smoke a lot of weed or drink a lot, then you.
Yeah, you don't hit that REM.
yeah.
You don't dream, bro. I tell people this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't dreamt in like years.
But once
Guys-
in a while, like,
Guys tend to dream actually less than women, typically speaking.
We're oppressed, man.
Like how
We're
how
goddamn oppressed.
I dreamed last night. I dreamed that I
There you go.
had so many cats. Like I have.
Oh, yeah.
I told you there's like so many, and I was like naming all of them. I was like just feeling so blessed and happy, and like not even remembering my life before. And then I wake up, and it's just like, where are my cats? It was so.
What was that one name of the cat?
Cheddar.
She's
It
like,
was
yo,
an orange.
it's like a
cat
cheddar.
called Cheddar, and it was kind of like a curly orange hair. It was really, really phenomenal. Great texture.
When was the last time you dreamt, Hector?
actually the other week I took a nap. Naps
Oh,
make me
yeah.
dream because
Yeah.
I'm usually exhausted when I take a nap.
Yeah.
So I usually hit like REM sleep and deep sleep and all that stuff. But regular sleep, bro, I cannot tell. It's been a while. Although I'll get very, very vivid dreams. I'll have
Mhm.
dreams that I'll remember for years. That's how vivid they are. But they also come by like not that often.
Dude, I remember this one dream. It was fucking weird. It was like when I was like 16. I'll never forget this dream. This dream, I was walking through the woods, right? And I would stare at trees and they would turn into women. And it would just like continuously. And I didn't believe that this was happening. And it was one of those dreams where like you can't snap out of it. You're like looking at your hand and your hand is your hand. And you're like, so this is real.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. And like these women are just coming at you. And I'm like running away. And it felt like one of those Axe commercials.
What the fuck?
Right? And I just kept running and I woke up. And you know when I don't know if you guys ever had, this is going to sound crazy, but you're still like half dreaming. You're not like fully awake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you keep trying to fall asleep, but you're still having the dream. Dude, this happened to me for like 7 hours.
Sleep paralysis.
It was so weird.
I was just going to say that sounds very similar to what I've heard.
It was so weird.
And
sleep paralysis.
Use sleep paralysis as a gateway to lucid dreaming. That's pretty cool.
You're supposed to like push past sleep paralysis to get to lucid dreaming, right?
But how do you, so you just deprive yourself of sleep?
There's certain training rituals you can go through.
You want to try this?
No.
Wake yourself up right before the end of one of your REM cycles. And then get into the habit of waking yourself up like at that time, like with a slight sound, not a super loud sound, to kind of disrupt you, and then use that as like a way to get.
It's actually almost similar to when I had my last dream, because I woke up and then actually my nap wasn't actually a nap. I went back to sleep at like 7 a.m. But in that foggy state of when you wake up, that's kind of what that is. Because I woke up right before and I went straight into a dream. Except I'm not trying to get into lucid dreaming.
I have a really hard time understanding like what you guys are saying. Because I'm like, yo, you woke up, but you didn't know you woke up. Like even when I told you guys that story, this is the thing. I could never parallel that same situation ever in my life. Even when I tried to like wake up and like try to fuck with myself with acid.
This? Have you ever been like drowsy when you wake up? Like half asleep?
Every day.
That's the time. That's the time to try this.
What? Just right before work?
Go right back to sleep.
Go right back to sleep. No, I'm serious. You will go right back to sleep.
Just keep on going in and out of that drowsy state.
Exactly.
Just stay drowsy and sleep like on and off.
How do you guys know this works?
Because we do it. That's what I do every morning. Drowsy sleep.
Actually?
And then I have to be at a meeting at work at 9:30 a.m., which is pretty late. I work from home. I can just get up at 9:20. You know, and then just like go sit down in my seat. It's just a morning check-in. But yeah, I sleep a lot.
Oh, it's like morning check-in, back to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
How you doing? The rest good. Yeah, I've got the project.
It's true. That's one of the beauties of the industry. It's like there's a lot of these a day in the life that I watch, and like it's like the guy wakes up at like 9:30, does some like meeting for like 15 minutes, goes back to sleep, wakes up at 1.
Exactly. That's exactly it. If I had to put down how many hours of work I actually do, it's like shockingly low. It's like maybe 2 to 3 hours of work
per day.
Some days, yeah.
Per day.
And then like occasionally, like, you know, towards the end, like bug fixing phase, or like when it's at the deadline, you're
that's like closer to 5.
Let's do this. Let's get it done. But like up until then, yeah, there's some procrastination. And it doesn't really matter, right? As long as I manage my timeline.
Sure.
Like I know I can push that last bit, or sometimes I want to get some really difficult thing done first, then I tackle that, and then I relax. But it's all like on your own time, which is a blessing and a curse. Because sometimes, like,
you're a slave to your own time at that point.
Well, also, like, I get high and go to Winter's Home Sense, and then it's like, oh crap, 4 hours of the day is gone. Oh damn.
Winter's Home Sense.
and then that day I had to stay up till like midnight, from like working from 8 p.m. till midnight, because I had a client review the following day. So,
right.
Like that day was a total like, you know, oh fuck, I mismanaged my time. But most days it's all right. Like it all balances out.
This sounds like Emil's
I was
buddy.
gonna say it sounds very similar to like
somebody we know.
Yeah, one of my close friends. He works for one of the beer companies. Yeah, that's hilarious.
This guy's a wreck.
That's fucking
Just
hilarious.
An absolute wreck.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well,
So watch is like
addicted to vape pens because of software engineering. Like, I used to just drink a lot of coffee, and then at some point I was like, oh my God, I had a serious talk with myself. Like, you are screwing up years of your life with your caffeine addiction.
So let's do vape pens instead.
You gotta kick the caffeine. And then I started doing vape pens. So
wait, hold on. So in your mind, you think that the caffeine's gonna kill you before the nicotine's gonna kill you?
My sleep schedule is so bad. It didn't exist. I would not call it a schedule. Like, just drop the schedule. It's just
because of the caffeine.
my sleep.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, like chronically bad. And then I couldn't wake up, and I couldn't find motivation to do stuff. And then even on the weekends, I found like I had a hard time like relaxing. Like, I wouldn't let myself sleep in. Never caught up. I'd get up at 7:30.
Right.
If it was Sunday or Saturday, just like this sense of like, you must be up. You must do something with thy life. Like, do something.
Yeah.
Channel.
Yeah.
Do something productive, you lazy fuck. And then like I couldn't relax because of that. And they figured that was the caffeine. That putting me into hyper.
Sounds very much like
this
that.
sounds like doing like just smoking a fat ass blunt, but also like you go to 7-Eleven and you buy like a big ass Red Bull and you're just like tripping balls with a high ass heart rate, but you're also tripping with the weed.
Yeah.
And then you're just like wasting time looking at a table. 40 minutes trying to like trace through a table with your eyes. You're like, what am I doing with my life?
Laser cut the wood.
Yeah, exactly. You guys remember when you were kids and you find like a dent in the windshield and you try to like cut the trees with it? Oh my God. And your mom would catch you and be like, yo,
are you retarded?
I didn't go through like 48 hours of labor for this fucking dummy. You're like, fucking. Oh man, one of the sad moments of my life.
Oh my God.
Damn. So we have an interesting take like here. So let's move into something a little bit more serious.
All right, sure. What do you got?
So without like, I don't know if you're comfortable saying this, but you're religious?
Yes.
Catholic?
I'm Catholic. Yeah.
I'm atheist. Are you atheist? Okay. So this will be very interesting as far as like, what do we think of like, obviously there's possibility of a World War III right now. Let's just not go deep into it, but like
there's a possibility. Yeah.
At any point of time, right? Let's be honest. If they nuke it up, none of this shit matters. We just wasted a year on a podcast. It'll be done, right? But let's just be honest. If that doesn't happen, which it seems unlikely, what do we think about like, you know, marrying one person and being with that person? Because I have very over time I've changed how I thought about that, like marrying one person and being with that person.
So like a committed monogamous relationship.
Or just like, you know, Dan Berserking it like through my life.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Dan Berserking it?
Yeah, Berserking it. Yeah, that's right. The weed hits heavy sometimes on the syllables. Yeah, so what do we think, man? Like, what do you think?
You know what I think? We've gone through this a few times on the podcast. But personally, for me, I am that traditional style of guy where I am going to seek a committed relationship long term at some point. That's just not only what I'm comfortable with, but it's what I feel I've always wanted. So that's me, right? And I've always been about that life. So that's probably what I'll stick with.
But do you see any cons?
Unless some like, oh, there's for sure there's cons, but unless there's some life-changing event that happens in my life, I don't see that changing for me.
What about the laws against you that could possibly occur later on with like a marriage? Does that ever
the laws against
Yeah. So let's be honest here, like
alimony
and stuff.
So a divorce.
Yeah, I mean, you know, worst case scenario. Yeah, prenup. No, but prenups, I heard they're not that solid.
Get a good lawyer to write a good prenup.
You gotta, but this is what I've heard, right, from people who are divorcees and divorcees, whatever,
sure,
Z's, whatever pronoun you want to use a divorce.
Sure.
You gotta update that shit every 5 years, son.
Prenup?
Yeah,
probably.
Think about every 5 years. You gotta ask like your old lady, yo, listen. In case, let's go write this.
That's communication.
That's real communication.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
it's,
they say discuss your finances beforehand, before getting into a serious relationship.
Yeah.
So you can avoid those uncomfortable conversations where you're 5 years into the prenup and you're like, oh damn, I wish we talked about this beforehand.
So you think that it'll just be like something casual, like, hey, Wendy, like we need to go write another prenup. It's gonna be like that, or is there gonna be like a little bit of a?
You'd think so if they've already committed to being with each other.
But do you think there's gonna be any pushback from the lady? Like, come on, we've been together for 20 years. Like, why would I take your money now? Like, you don't think there'd be any pushback? I think there'd be some pushback.
It depends on the lady, I guess. Depends on her, what she's willing to accept, right? Some of them will just be like, yeah, sure, it's reasonable. If this is what you need, I'm fine with it.
Somehow I feel like that's unlikely.
Why do you think so?
I just feel like there is
But wait, hold on. Okay,
Yeah.
forget my con.
Yeah.
What about you?
What
are you
about-
on the fucking damn bazillion train? Or
you
like,
fucked that up too.
Yeah,
Fuck you, man.
yes, his name's fucking
And
weird.
you were making fun of me.
I wasn't. She was.
Listen, guys.
Damn bazooka over here.
Damn bazooka. Yo, pull out the Nintendo 64, son. King Kong in this bitch. No. 50-50, man, honestly.
What do you mean?
I
So,
enjoy both.
For half the year, he's gonna be committed, and then the
No,
rest of the time he's
'cause
like, "Yo, baby,
this is the thing.
I gotta go fuck hoes."
6 months on, 6 months off.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great.
BRB. I'll be back. No, it's just certain moments of life. I think both are necessary. I haven't really come across a point in my life where I'm like, this is necessary. Like this is necessary. Like
What's necessary? Like the committed relationship
or non-committed relationship. I just find that like I'm actually more efficient just from
alone. Oh yeah.
Just as far as efficiency.
You should just then fuck off like to I don't know, like Williams Lake or something.
Listen, if I could go to an island, if I like went to an island, this is what I always tell people. If I joined the army at like 18, I would be a menace right now. I'd be an absolute menace. I'd bring heroin from fucking Vietnam and shit. I'd be an absolute menace. But I think it's just sometimes I have a hard time with all the stimulation to like actually focus on like what I need to get done.
Like you get overly stimulated in life.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I understand.
I think Dr. Evil was saying like he doesn't get enough stimulation, so he wants to go into like some type of
Stuff, whatever, anything.
simulation avatar type of thing.
Yeah.
And my thing is like I think I'm the total opposite. I feel like real life is like too stimulating, where I need to like chill out sometimes, like relax. Even though I consider myself an extrovert, I still feel like there's too much stimulation. Where like if I talk to like 3 people, right, for like 30 minutes at length every day, I feel like I don't need to talk to another person. Like if another person after that tries to come talk to me, be like, yo, tomorrow,
Fuck off.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
let's do this later. Like this is not necessary, you know? But yeah, I just feel like it's, you just got to take it as life gives you. I don't feel like you should chase anything. I feel like if it comes, it comes. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
So what does 50-50 mean? Basically, you're indifferent at this point. Could go either way.
I think honestly indifferent to this point.
I see.
I see pros and cons in both.
Yes, there are.
And
for sure.
I see there's loneliness in being like a player type of guy, and then there's also like headaches and boredom in a long-term relationship. So it just depends on the person. I mean, like, what are the odds that you actually find? Like, what do we actually think? This is a good question here. What do we actually think that like the people that get married, right? How many of them are actually right for each other? Would we even say 50-50?
I don't think it's so much right for each other. Regardless if you're right to each other for not or how much you are at the beginning, it takes a lot of work, consistent work, to keep it together and committed over time.
To keep it 100. I can tell you're taking this conversation so seriously. Like in my mind, I just don't even think about it. You know, it's like whatever's right in the moment.
How old are you?
28.
Interesting mindset to have at 28.
Do you think it's do you come across a lot of other females that think like that?
I have no idea. I never asked.
So okay, so is that, do you think that we're outcasts as far as trying to be like too introspective?
I think a lot of people have those thoughts on their own if they have them. Not everyone just talks about it. You know what I mean?
Weird. That's so weird.
Like Dr. Evil for sure thinks about it.
Yeah, he thinks about, dude, this
but
guy doesn't
will
say
not say it.
he literally won't say until you say it and you expose yourself, and then he'll be like, okay, this is my idea. But his will always sound like more refined, because he just heard what you had to say. So he'll just take bits and pieces of what. And he always waits for Hector to go first. Hector will go and like just burn himself. We've seen it multiple times. And then, or I'll say something stupid, and then he'll be like, well, actually, this is the way it is.
Personally think that the pair bonding thing is a real thing for sure.
It
Makes sense.
But do you think that like, okay, like you guys both go in as virgins, like Mother Mary
No,
style?
No.
I don't think like that. But it's more of, if you put in work with someone with the end goal being that you want to get closer to them and you actually want to like develop a relationship, it seems pretty logical that if you spend time with them and you're actually trying to like build it's gonna happen.
I mean, when you say it like that, I just sound like a fucking extremist. But I mean, can you imagine that you do that with? Wouldn't you just get bored with? You have to actually get along with the person in order for that to.
Course.
But what if you keep spending time and you actually don't get along?
Then that's not bonding.
Yeah, that's not bonding.
So, but like
the
the people
of bonding is you get along with somebody, you spend time with them,
And you
then
strengthen
actually
that bond.
Bond as in like build a bridge.
So you guys both want to do
You're
this.
strengthening the bond that's already there.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like a bridge or an attachment.
I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, I guess it sounds
it does make sense.
bulletproof right there. Like,
It's not bulletproof. I definitely think it's easier when you're younger, like because you're like naive and vulnerable.
you don't get
and stuff.
jaded.
You're more impressionable too when
Yeah.
you're younger, which is
Yeah.
true.
Like, you guys, let me give you guys a quick analogy.
Mm.
You guys remember Harry Potter?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Remember when Tom Riddle had to like slice himself to like 9 different pieces,
What the fuck?
right? So he like Voldemort couldn't die. Do you guys remember this?
The Horcrux.
Yeah, the Horcrux.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I
The
believe.
The Horcrux.
Exactly.
The crux of the Horcrux.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the crux of the whore, it's like a curse, you know?
Yeah.
The more whores you have, the less of a heart you have, and vice versa. Like, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So I feel like absolutely.
You think that's what J.K. Rowling is trying to explain with the Horcrux is?
Of
That's
course,
why
dude.
she's canceled now, right?
Exactly.
Teaching those lessons.
Makes sense. Everything checks out now. CNN. Tag in real quick. Yeah, man, I think absolutely. I think the more you do it, because every time you do it, it's less special.
Is this talking about sex or relationship?
Everything, bro. Everything. It's just not as new. Like you do it multiple times.
You chase the high and it's not as good. So
True.
you gotta practice abstinence.
Folks, spoken from a true drug addict.
Isn't that why Justin Bieber went celibate for a year?
And
before?
Baldwin. Yeah.
and
both
Baldwin.
of them. Yeah.
And then
Him and his
that's-
wife, they
And
went
then
celibate.
they broke their celibacy together. I believe. I don't know.
Scientologist right here. Where's Tom Cruise?
I mean, think about it. In a way, that makes sense.
It's like a retreat. It's like a meditation retreat or a silent retreat. You don't talk for a while, and then your deeper consciousness flows back in, and then you become aware because you're essentially overstimulated, like you said earlier,
Makes
Mhm.
sense.
by society.
So you got to just kind of clear out,
Yeah, kind of.
Zen.
get off the
You
drugs.
gotta declutter.
Basically,
Declutter your
yeah.
mind.
You're trying to clear space to allow stuff in again.
Yeah, in your heart, everything.
Right there. It's like, oh, don't touch my heart.
Yeah, come on, man. Chest day
Shit's
yesterday.
black.
Relax.
Shit's black. Don't touch it.
I don't think I'll. I'm not like close to the idea. Like it sounds like a
Mhm.
cool time. It almost sounds like a vacation. You know what I mean? Just go chill for a year.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Go chill for a year. Let's go to like Honolulu and just chill, dog.
Yeah.
Or Honolulu.
Surf vacation.
You know what I mean? It doesn't sound bad. I just don't think I'll ever really need that. Like I think if I
Bro,
want,
you need that right now. Okay.
this guy's on the drugs.
you need a retreat just for yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
But hold on, but back to the other
Yeah.
one. So are you on the monogamous side of things, or are you on the like I'm just gonna free flow for the rest of my life kind of thing?
I will say I used to be heavy monogamy
Mm.
on the monogamy train, captain of the monogamy bus.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
probably on that
after
bus.
just some experience, I was like, yeah, you really can't know somebody. And now I'm like,
Oh, so you got jaded.
a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, that statement right
I'm
there, that
like
told me enough.
Yeah.
on the-
Yeah. It's
All good. We need more weed to get deeper. But I was just
Yeah.
a quick one. I like add on to that. How much influence do you think your parents have onto this decision, if at all?
They definitely are like super. They're like the picture book image of
Asian parents.
happy monogamy marriage. Like my parents first met each other at a party, and they were each other's first for everything.
Oh damn.
And then they both say like, it's just like almost like too good to be true. So I guess in my mind, I just never like considered that I would want that just to be like, oh, like to be like my parents.
Yeah.
So fucking boring. Like never shoot me.
Is there any pressure from your parents at all to start like
Oh yeah.
settling? Yeah.
For sure. When I was 24, my dad asked if I was gonna have a baby soon and when.
What? Your
Yeah,
dad?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. It wasn't like your mom, your grandma.
They applied that softly throughout the years. But it was just at that moment,
more
my dad
subtle.
probably reached a point and he was like, "Look, I need answers from you."
What the fuck?
What a logical
I
fucking
love that. Listen,
communist Chinese. I love
fucking,
it. Right to the point.
He's like, "Grandkids, what year, what month? I gotta start preparing."
So, quick question. Just a little bit of context about your dad. You don't have to share if you don't want to, but is like my mom is a fob. Is your father a fob, or like how does the
Both my parents can be considered fobs in some ways.
Okay.
Like my mom buys multiple Coach bags that she never uses.
Oh,
She puts
hell
a
yeah.
plastic wrap on.
some Michael Kors as well, probably. Yeah, hell yeah.
So, Michael Kors, you bet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
check
So,
on without the Michael Kors?
What's the other one? Kate Spades. Some
Kate
as well?
Spades. Kate Spades not that high. It's not like
True,
Michael Kors.
true.
Yeah,
True.
it's mediocre.
True.
It's like Steve Madden.
Yeah, you gotta go like Hermes or higher, bro.
Shut the fuck up. Some Fendi in there. I got you.
I actually like Fendi.
Okay.
Caught a spark, spark in the
Hey man,
rainbow.
you name enough brands, you're gonna catch.
Yeah,
some-
you're gonna
something that
catch
sticks.
somebody.
For
Yeah,
sure.
say
So
off white.
my parents are kind of fobby, but also open minded and like I think they're fine with me how I am now. I kind of showed them like multiple times, like, no, this is who I am.
Right.
Don't expect anything from me.
Do you think it's like fine, or it's like they gave up? They gave up. They're like, fuck it.
I actually don't know. I usually don't. I think my parents are at a point where they could genuinely accept it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Hector, what about you? That's a good question.
They're still pushing. Whatever they're pushing, they're still pushing. My mom's like, kind of like Larissa said, is like on the subtle side of things. So she'll like gently.
Moms are like that.
Yeah.
Except for mine.
Yeah. My grandma's not. My grandma's not subtle at all. My grandma's like telling me, it's like, listen, Hector. She does this on the phone.
Yeah.
She's like, we're the kids. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're in Peru. And she's like, yeah, but I'm getting like, it's like, I'm turning 82.
TikTok.
Yeah, she's literally just like, I don't want to be dead.
She's like less TikTok, more TikTok.
Basically. And I'm like, all right, I'll let you know. And I'll call you back. She's like, okay, better.
Yeah, I had
That's
this
funny.
family friend grandma who wasn't even my grandma and called me in Chinese New Year.
I love
Lunar
that.
New Year. And then she was like, in Chinese, she was like, how are you going to resolve your life's major issue? Like, like, have you heard about my major life issue? Like, what are you talking about? Depression? Like, anxiety? What are you talking about? And she's like, your major life decisions. And she's like whispering it. Like,
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh
your
my God.
partner. And I'm like, oh, okay, that. But I think it's also like Asian parents with an only child. It's like you never know how they're going to turn out. Right? Some are like extremely good. Some are extremely bad. So I think my parents are just grateful I didn't turn out to be extremely bad.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
definitely.
fear.
Yeah.
Because they raised me extremely good, and then I had an extremely rebellious / bad few years. So now they're just grateful I'm like back on the. You know,
What years were those bad, rebellious years?
like 19 to 24.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
pretty
we were
tough.
talking about this. So there's ones that are
What we're talking about.
there's
Talk about
rebellions. There's I've noticed two patterns of female rebellion. There's like one that's like 16 to 19.
He's a scientist over here.
Dude,
Told you.
I told you I want to get into database. I told you this.
Database of female rebellion. Write a book.
Dude, I'm trying to design apps. I'm going to buy fucking Tinder. Fuck it.
What's the second one?
The other one is like later on. So like in high school, they were like very, very well behaved. And then it's like a last push of hurrah for like a little bit of rebellion, you know? Same with men, but it's different for
I've
men.
observed this actually with women. I've seen it before where it's either high school
Yeah.
or it's early 20s.
Yeah.
And it's either during like college or like right after.
Yeah. I've never really seen
right
it past
after.
like 25, really, honestly. Not really.
No.
And last summer, I also had a mini rebellion phase. So,
Wait, what? When?
so last summer, this is another reason that my parents don't mention it anymore. So I got into and out of an abusive relationship, and it was really, really stupid of me. Like I made some critical bad decisions. Even as I was making them, I was like, "Oh,
This is a bad idea.
This is bad." But for the story, this is just so interesting. Like this, I was put in these
You did it for the gram? You're crazy.
not literally the gram, but like
Yeah.
my own experience.
Your own gram.
Yeah, my personal reel. I was like, this is I'm never going to experience again. This shit is fucked, but whatever. You only live once. And then
Sounds very risky.
if it was kind of bad. And now he has a restraining order, or I have a restraining order against him. But he's heavy on the coke use and very, very good at manipulating people. Like
Shit.
Damn.
I don't know if you've met many manipulative, like charming talkers, but
Oh, that's
I
like
had
half of
not.
Iran. I'm sorry, but
I was gonna say.
I gotta speak up here.
I didn't
think
have much experience with that particular type.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for like the fact that I evaded that for so long is probably a good
Why?
thing.
Yeah,
It
that-
probably
yeah.
it's
was.
there's
Yeah.
probably the fact that you got in it and out of it and you have an understanding of it is probably beneficial
But
for
it's
the
like,
future.
I don't need to watch the Tinder swindler. Like
I was just
already
gonna
know.
say it
I already know.
sounds like your
I
life.
already know the plot.
Sounds like some life experience there. Damn.
Yo, where's that guy from?
Somewhere in the States. No, I haven't. I've just seen the.
I feel like he's
Trailer.
somewhere from outside of the States. Like he's not from America.
Have you seen this yet? You haven't seen it, right? No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've seen like
I think
other
he's
shit. Like
American, though. I would venture a guess that it's an American.
I've seen like Fire Festival. You seen the Fire Festival one?
No.
Oh, that's some good shit.
Oh, that guy that just scammed people.
Oh, bro, so good, so good. Ja Rule was involved. And fucking, it's hilarious.
Yo, when Ja
Ja Rule's in it.
Yo, when Ja Rule's in it, you know it's gonna be cringy. This guy's been booed so many times. He's like those island boys. They go on stage and just instantly booed. First show. Damn.
The other one was there's another good one called something like Pumped or It's about blood. Is Elizabeth Holmes is this woman who created this blood testing company like 8 years ago, and she just got
Theranos?
that's
Her
right.
company, Theranos.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
documentary just came out.
Yeah, have you seen this?
Not yet. Not yet.
Check it out.
I should watch it.
I'm going to, but you should also check it out.
Yeah, well,
Do you know the background of this at all?
No idea, bro. You
Okay,
gotta fill me in hard.
so Theranos was like a blood testing company that was supposed to like revolutionize blood testing for the world. You can have like a home
is it a
kit.
prick thing?
Yeah, but like
Oh.
goes way beyond any prick test that's ever been released. Like it honestly called itself like the greatest invention
But
of
it
all
was
time. almost.
baloney.
the
Complete
company that
horseshit.
barely existed.
It's like complete fraud. There's what I can't understand why I want to check out this documentary so hard is there's footage of when they were supposedly, testing in the lab, all this stuff of
Right.
her walking through and like there's like lab coats and like people involved.
Maybe they're doing something else.
It might have been, but it ends up being completely
It
fabricated.
goes to show you how far privilege and being educated or being, seen as elite and rich can,
Yeah.
how far that can get you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like sit in boardrooms and sell, and then you have investments coming in.
There were some like really
just-
high profile investors who like gave her
Yeah.
millions to
It's
do
just
this.
method acting.
Yeah, honestly.
Fucking
I
hell.
honestly actually believe that scam artists who are good to that extent, they deserve what they like, that's it's a
You scam me,
significant
you
amount of
got me.
artistry.
That's like have you seen Inventing Anna?
No, that's another one I need to watch.
Okay,
You've
yes.
seen all of these. Good
Dude,
job
this
on it.
guy, honestly, bro,
That's-
I'm
We're
telling
slacking
you,
on the Netflix game. I love
not
it.
even Netflix. It's just
The
like
everything game.
it's like just random facts
Oh,
too.
cool.
Like he'll just pull out some random fact out of his nose, and I'll be like, "Yo, where did this come
It's a
from?"
big
He'll be like,
nose.
"Peru."
That's why. Look at
Yeah.
this fucking
It's got
nose.
storage.
It does, man. It's
This
like
guy's never paying for storage
hidden
ever.
They're
compartments.
like a little media and culture segment. It's like this week, what happened?
Kind of, yeah.
Dude, that one's not a bad idea. Write that down. dude.
Where's the papers right there?
Do it like fast form, like that TikTok I showed you, right? This guy who's just like kind of like rapping like about stuff on
It's clipped
Euphoria
on
and
there.
then like celebrities and stuff. Just write a little quick rap about.
2 seconds each. It's like cut together. It's like boom. It's like snappy.
2
Jesus.
seconds barely finishes
Jesus.
a word.
And like when I'm done, I can like barely breathe. I'm like panting. Like,
Cardio done.
yeah, exactly. Fuck. Yeah, that's a good one. It's about actually you might like it too. It's about this girl who just basically scammed all in New York.
She pretends to be this like wealthy socialite.
I thought she was trying to be like a Zuckerberg type of thing.
No, she's just like she was this Russian immigrant who just came into New York and pretended to be some rich New York socialite, invited to parties, hosting stuff, fucking getting flown out to like 6-star hotels in Dubai, crazy shit.
I was watching this Korean drama.
I feel like half of our segments could just end in like looks at me like. So I was watching this Korean drama.
No, it sounds like something. The plot lines of these Korean dramas are just getting worse and worse, right? This plot line of this and like, not smart on my end to just keep watching this thing after reading this plot. But basically it was like It was like this one woman moved. She got a divorce and moved to like some city in Korea and lived on the 100th floor, and she wanted to be the queen of the building.
This is the plot. That's it.
That's the. I swear to God,
Jesus.
read this plot. 3 seasons of this shit, right? And like
the literal queen, or just like the highest bitch in
the highest bitch type of thing.
HBIC,
And it was just like
HBIC. Yeah.
29-year-old women about to turn 30, and they're all having major life crises. It's like Sex in the City, but in Shanghai. And one of them is kind of similar. She moves into this fancy new apartment with her husband and her son, and then she goes to the very top floor and visits the super rich lady, and then she sees the material lifestyle that she could have, and she starts striving towards that. It's honestly really liberating to see other people do that. It's like, okay.
I was gonna say, is this something you want to try when you're 29, going on 30?
Yeah, kind of. It's like I want to watch other people do this.
Got inspired, yeah.
Do this like crazy leap for more money and status and fame. You're like, okay, now that I've watched this, I can kind of get on in my own life now. It's kind of like a fantasy role play.
This is why media is
way.
important. TV shows, movies. And if you'll get inspired, the next thing you know, they're trying to hop on some rich guy's dick.
Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this?
Hop on some rich guy's dick? Maybe.
Listen, can we do that though as men? Like, can we?
100%.
How do we do this?
I don't know. Find yourself, go to Yale Town, find some fucking rich white woman to see that she's into like young Iranians.
Bro, what are the odds?
Not
just
too hard.
Study the demographic and just wear tight clothes. Like that's
Oh
it.
damn!
I'm telling
That's
you, man.
it.
It's not that. No.
Just gotta just bait myself.
Basically, we go to Turkey, get hair transplants, come back and clean, and then
Yeah.
You gotta look good, feel good, and then not care what they think.
Exactly.
And just hang out in those
That's-
places.
There you go. There you go. Then we
Just
start
take
going.
notes.
Then we start going to fucking
I feel like I'm selling myself
Yale
here.
Town bars over
That's
there.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, for sure it is, man.
Jesus,
It's like giving
man.
your whole fucking body a cut polish and then heading out.
I don't know, man. How much can I make? What's the output here?
Probably 7 figures potentially.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
7 figures clear after taxes?
Get in with some like 8-figure fucking real estate agent.
After Daddy Trudeau takes that money, how much do I get?
You were just living on fucking
Cash.
cash at that point, so
Daddy
whatever.
Trudeau doesn't have to know.
Hell yeah, man. It's
Just
fucking
glory hole rates?
yeah, man. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna track that shit, man?
Jesus, man. I don't know, man. This sounds awfully sketchy. I think I need a pimp for this. This is not the best. Fuck, man. That sounds so like I never that's one of the things. Like, remember I told you like a long time ago.
You're seriously considering this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm considering it.
Look at this guy. I'm on the next topic, and this guy's just like still going.
I'm still considering
it.
this, man.
I
I'm
love
still
it.
considering this
He's
because
considering the actual logistics of it.
I feel like even if I had that money, I wouldn't be happy about it.
Why? Because he didn't work for it and it's not earned money.
Of course.
Fuck that. Who gives a shit about that, man?
Me, man. It's like
Why?
because then the money's it's like a physical thing. Okay, let's say I could buy whatever.
What's the difference between money earned and money won to you?
I didn't earn it,
No, but what? So
so I don't deserve it.
deserve what? It's
The
money.
money.
But it's money. Who gives a fuck?
No. But it's one thing to like.
Why
like,
does it matter that you've earned the money?
depends how I earned it. Am I selling drugs? If I'm selling
Don't
drugs,
get
I'm
into
okay with
specifics.
it.
You haven't stolen it, but you've somehow earned it.
Okay, but am
So-
I selling my butthole? Like, am I just like OnlyFansing
Is
it
that where
all
you
the
draw
time?
the line?
No, of course. I mean, like, listen. At a certain point, I can't whore for money. That's what I'm saying. Is basically once you whore for money,
Sure.
like, dude,
Sure,
it's
okay.
over.
I mean, fine.
It's
Fair
over.
enough. Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. But
Here's
it's
the
like,
thing. You're just not okay with whoring.
yeah. But like, if I like,
Wait, no, but you kind of are.
no, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Ah,
So here's the thing. What? Because I do not. So for me, I don't give a shit about whoring for money because it's money, but I just don't like whoring. So I'm not going to do it. Does that make sense? Money or not, I'm not doing it.
well, why would you do it without money though? Like, you're just whoring for the
If
sake
you're
of
just-
whoring.
Yeah, because some people are just about that life.
I don't know. I don't think I ever felt that I just like one day I just sat home. I'm like, what am I missing? I got to go out there and just be a whore. Like this thought never came to my mind. This thought never came to my
sure.
mind.
But some people do. You know,
Sure.
they're just cool with doing that. So
Sure.
then it's like the money's a bonus at that point. Or if they have to do it
Yeah.
for money, they have no problems doing so.
Some people do because you never know where the opportunities can lead you. Like it could be like one the one whore gig to the next, and before you know it, you're like you're the top.
True. Fuck
You're
you
the top whore.
yeah, man. Fuck
Just
you way to the
getting
top.
paid.
That's the what.
Shit,
like,
dude.
If you treat it like a lifestyle, like, you really get to the top of any game.
I just feel like that's a short-lived lifestyle, though.
Oh, of course.
Can
Yeah.
you spend like 20 years trying to be a whore, like
But-
top whore?
You gotta be sophisticated. After that.
America's Vancouver's next top whore. Like what-
Then you become the manager.
the floor.
the floor
manager.
whore.
The floor whore. Sounds so bad.
Just collecting
That
whore
sounds
money on
terrible.
the floor, bro. This is the thing.
It's not
I've-
sustainable, obviously, but that's not the point.
You guys, this is the thing. I don't know how much exposure you've had to like actual whores and like actual that kind of lifestyle, but like I've had a lot because I like worked at like nightclubs and like I've worked at strip clubs a lot. And it's like these girls literally after like you guys haven't you don't see this stuff, but like after their shows and stuff,
Yeah.
they're in the back like crying their eyes out.
I believe that.
They're like depressed. Like multiple of them are like suicidal and shit. It's like I honestly don't feel like a lot of people. I don't think it's as predominant that people like these people just want to be whores. I feel like a lot of people like inside, even after they do it, they're kind of just like reflecting on it. Even guys, like I every guy that had sex with like over like 200-300 girls, he'd be like, every time you ask him, he'd be like, yo, I wish I didn't. Most of them, even like,
And that's kind of what my point was. Like there are those guys who will sleep with multiple women, so they're whoring out,
yeah,
right? And they enjoy that for the moment.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, why not just if you're already whoring out, why not just
Yeah,
whore out for money?
exactly. In one of your whoring phases. just
Exactly.
whore for money.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, okay, but
so,
hold on.
hold there. Like
Hold
now
on.
that you've understood, let me continue the point.
Yeah, okay.
Because when I explained it the last time, you didn't fully like understand what I was saying. So why are you so against the money coming in from the whoring? If you're already cool with whoring, why is the money coming in from that?
Who
a
said I'm
problem?
cool with whoring, bro?
No, I said assuming that you are. That's what I'm saying. Assuming that you are.
But you're just already putting me in a position that I don't want to be in. Like, I clearly don't agree with whoring. So, so you're like, wait, you're whoring though. Like,
Yeah, but if
you're just selling me out there, like on the street, like this, like, bro,
No,
we have like
but
a 10-year friendship. This guy's just selling me on the street,
like you're
like
like
some pimp.
I don't mean like you're literally out like asking to fuck, but
Leave it for a fucking
If you're-
Peruvian guy
if
to
you're-
just sell you out there on the street like
if
this, man.
you're already leading a promiscuous lifestyle, I mean, like you're already sleeping with multiple
Jesus.
women, why not just push yourself to
Because I think the type of woman that would want to pay me to fuck them, I wouldn't want to fuck them.
What if it's not directly sex for money? What if it's like
What is it? I'm
a
just like,
sugar mama kind of situation?
okay, but what is involved? You got to go specific.
You're
I'm a
dating them.
specific.
You
Basically,